Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinemary. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I post a lot of videos from fashion, beauty, makeup, hair, DIY, you name it, I post it on this channel. Make sure to subscribe. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. So today's video is gonna be a story time. I've actually never done a story time in my channel before because I'm always too cautious of what I post on YouTube, because a lot of my families and friends do watches this video. I don't want to post something too private to me. Basically, today's story time is the time where I got bullied in school. Yes, you guys, I got bullied in school, extremely bullied in school, the worst part of my life. So the story begins when I first came to this country. If you don't know, I'm Nigerian. I came to America when I was 12 years old. I started middle school here like 2 months after I came here, so you can imagine I wouldn't say stress, the cultural shock that I was experiencing at the time. At that age, I'm in a whole new country, no friends, nothing, just me and my family. So I started school in about 2 months, and I remember my first day in school. I was assigned to this girl. Basically, the girl was, let's call her Sonia. So basically, Sonia was supposed to take me around to my classes and show me around and basically make me feel welcomed, because I guess they thought she was a good girl in school. Lord behold, this girl was literally the devil's assistant. When I say she was the devil's assistant, I'm not even sure what to call her, but basically, yeah, she was in all of my classes, which is one of the reasons why they appointed her to me. So basically, she was supposed to show me my classes, and this Sonia girl was very popular in school, and she had many friends, and most of her friends were in our class too. So I remember one time in computer class, I just came to the country. I knew nothing about computers, so I was just learning how to do computers. So every time I raise my hand to ask the teacher questions, and maybe I would say, oh, how do you open up Microsoft Word, and they would all start laughing. It's so funny now that I tell story about it, because I really can't believe how stupid people are. I mean, back to the story. So yeah, every time I ask questions, they'll start laughing like it's a common sense question everybody's supposed to know, but yeah, I don't know it. But fast forward to that, yeah, every time I walk past the hallway, they'll say crazy stuff about me, or do you wear clothes in Africa? Do you do this in Africa? Do you what? Why is your hair like that? And at that time, I used to cut my hair, so I really looked like a boy at that time. Why is your hair like that? Why do you talk like that? And in my head, I'm just thinking, okay, I talk like this because I just came from another country. Just like you talk like the way you talk because you've been living in this country. But I didn't say that to them. At that time, I was very quiet and shy. I just wanted to make friends, and these girls were being really mean to me. So I didn't really know how to take it. I would come home every day and I would cry to my mom that I don't want to go back to that school. I would find every excuse not to go, but of course, African parents, you're going to school even if you're sick, unless you're dead. That's the only way you're not gonna go to school. I cry my way to school every time, and every time in class I always have my head down. I don't even want to talk to nobody. It was just worst. I remember one time I was sitting in class and one of them asked me, they call me, my name is Chinemary, but they used to call me China then. So she was like, hey China, when is your birthday? And I'm thinking, oh, they finally want to be my friend. I'm like, okay, my birthday is January 26th. And she goes, oh, well, remind me so I could buy you a deodorant. And the whole class started laughing. You guys, when I say it's humiliating, it was so humiliating. And this was in 8th grade, I think. I only spent a year in middle school before I went to high school. So finally, graduation came. I never went to my graduation, never went to 8th grade prom because I had no friends and I didn't want to get bullied. So yeah, graduation came. I graduated. I went on to high school. I was super excited because my sister went to this high school, so I was happy because I would have someone to talk to and make new friends and get away from these bullies. But little did I know that this group of girls was also going to the same high school as me. I was a little disappointed at first, but I wasn't as much scared as I used to be in middle school, because now I have my sister in this high school, so I was kind of looking, so I wasn't really that scared. When I got to high school, I made a decision that I am not gonna go through this whole middle school thing. I'm not gonna let nobody bully me. I'm not gonna let nobody prevent me from getting my education. I'm not gonna let nobody put me down. Every time I would tell my sisters how I get bullied in school, they would always tell me, and you know, Africans, they would be like, are they not the same age as you? Blah blah blah. Don't you have mouth? I'm like, okay. So yeah, when I got to high school, I made a decision that I'm not gonna let these kids make my 4 years of high school miserable. So I took this stand to stand up for myself, to defend myself, because that's the only thing that worked for me. Back in middle school, I told my parents came to the school, talked to the principal. It made it worse. So the only thing that actually worked for me was standing up for myself and talking back to these bullies. So whenever they say something nasty to me, I'll say something nasty back to them, and they'll be like, oh really, China, you talk back now? I'm like, I remember one time in English class, one of the girls that used to bully me, she had a boyfriend. I don't know if he's her boyfriend or close friend, but they used to be really close in middle school. So in English class, this is where I sit, and this is where the boy sits. He sits right in front of me, and the girl sits right beside us. So this girl comes to class literally when the class is over or almost over. So when she comes to class, she noticed that her friend or boyfriend, whatever, is always turned around talking to me, and this makes her really mad because I could see it in her facial expression. So one time she walked into class, literally class was almost over, so she walked into class and she came over to my seat and she demanded that I get up from the seat that I was sitting at so she could sit there. I'm looking at her like, this girl must really think she's Queen Elizabeth or something. She still think I'm the quiet China Mary from middle school. In my head, I'm thinking I'm about to pop this girl. I'm about to break her neck, and I'm about to show her that Africans don't play. I'm sitting there and she kept saying, oh, are you gonna get up or not? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, I'm not getting up. There's so many seats here, you could have one. I'm not getting up. So she's like, okay, well, meet me after school behind blah blah blah, whatever she said, at the back of the school or something. I'm like, okay, I'll be there. So after school, at that time, I was really feeling nervous and scared because I've never fought anybody in this country. I don't want to fight anybody. So after school, I'm like, this is the time to challenge this girl and make her stop bullying you. I went to the back of the school where she asked me to come meet her. So yeah, I went to the back of the school and I waited there 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. This girl was nowhere to be found. So I just left. I left. And since that day, when she sees me in school, she doesn't say nothing to me anymore. I really don't know why. I really don't know why she showed up. Probably she's all talk and can't handle the fight. I really don't know. But you guys, yeah, this is how I ended my bullying in school. It migrated from middle school to high school, and I know I had to end it in high school because I was not about to lose everything, like get low grades. I was not about to sacrifice my education for nobody. You know, if somebody is making you upset at home and you feel like you have to come in school and bring somebody else down just to feel better, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna give you the opportunity to do that. So you guys, that is my story of how I got bullied in school and how I handled it. And if you're a high school freshman, or if you're in middle school, you're in high school, wherever you are, if you're experiencing bullying, my advice would be get help. But as you can see, getting help, telling people, talking to people about it really didn't help in my situation. My advice would be to stand up for yourself, even if you're as scared as you think you might be scared. Most of the time, these bullies cannot do anything. They really cannot hit you. They just talk. Most of the time, they're really afraid of you. So stand up for yourself. If they say something bad to you, say something bad to them. If they say something nasty, say something nasty to them. If they want to fight you, I'm not encouraging fighting, but if somebody put their hands on you, put your hands on them. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah guys, that is my story of how I got bullied in school. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next story time video, which will be about how my best friend tried to get me fired from my job. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.
I can advise. I can have the best night of my life. I can own the cars, clothes, chains, but what you do to me is everything. Girl, I can own $1 billion company, or get faded with these drugs on me.